hot stepmother has been flirting with me non-stop and she took things to the extreme yesterday. I really want to, but I know it would break my father's heart. I know that calling your stepmom hot is a bit of a meme, but my stepmother is actually smoking. Slim waist, curly brunette hair and even a tongue piercing. She is 33 and very young as far as most mothers go, and there is a 14-year gap between us. My father met her when I was 13 after divorcing my substance-addicted bio mother and gaining full custody of me. They got married when I was 16. When I first met her, I didn't really like her, but I grew to appreciate her a lot over time. She is a great stepmother, and did a lot for me in my teenage years, and really acted like a mother. She made me school lunches and cared for me, but never insisted I call her mom. I still live with my parents, and ever since I turned 18 I set my mind on making a body transformation. I went from very skinny to quite lean and toned with a fair bit of muscle mass, and that is my current physique. My mother seemed very supportive of my decision to transform my body when I first started going to the gym, but I just took it as her wanting to see her stepson improve his health. Now I'm questioning if she had ulterior motives. The first instance I can truly remember of her flirting with me happened about 2 months ago. My father was working a night shift, and my stepmom and I were alone in the house. We had some wine and watched a TV show we both liked, and during it a guy was topless. I commented that he has a well-developed physique, and she responded, "Yours is much nicer." We laughed and I truly thought nothing of it. At some point throughout the show there was another scene with a bulkier guy who was topless, and I made a joke about him taking the bulk too far. Her response made me question everything. "Yeah, I agree. I like it when guys are lean with muscle, like your body is perfect," and she really emphasized the perfect. I laughed at it at the time, and the next day when I told my best friend about it he made a joke about how I'm gonna smash my stepmom. I brushed it off. Well, over the next while I noticed my stepmom might actually be flirting with me. She always seems to want help in the kitchen, and takes every opportunity she can to touch my hands while I help and get close to me. Whenever it's just me and her in the house, she wears short shorts and crop tops with no socks. This is especially suspicious because she's caught me looking at feet adult films before. I've walked in on her changing accidentally, and she didn't cover herself, instead saying oops and laughing about it while continuing to change. I did not stay in the room. She's walked in on me changing once, and I was only in my undies. She proceeded to make the comment, "Whoever the girl is, she's a very lucky woman," and then winked at me before leaving. I'd be lying if I said the thought of smashing has not crossed my mind, and I'd also be lying if I said I had not rubbed one out to her on numerous occasions. Matter of fact, I hooked up with a girl off Tinder a few weeks ago, and the whole time my brain imagined I was doing it with my stepmother. It was a very weird feeling. Nonetheless, I don't think I would ever go through with it. My dad deeply loves her and it would shatter his heart if I did such a thing to him. I managed to get my mind off it for the last week, but what my stepmother did yesterday is making me want to go into her room right now and F her brains out. So once again, it was just me and her in the house and my dad was on a night shift. I was in the living room watching TV, and she came out of the shower, wearing just a towel and nothing else. She sat down on the opposite couch next to me. She told me she wanted me to help her make a new gym plan. She already goes to the gym but feels like her plan isn't good enough. Of course I agreed to help. While working on the gym plan, I saw her very much deliberately pulling the robe higher and higher on her leg, as well as exposing some of her hunker. She told me she really wants to build her quads more, and took my hand and used it to probe her quad, saying it just needs to be worked more. At some point she changed the topic onto her piercings and started telling me about them. She specifically said she loves her tongue piercing, because it can make a man go crazy. The thing that capped it off was her asking me not to make the program too hard for her because going as hard as I do would break her. I was hard as a rock through this, but I kept my composure. We did not engage in any activity, but I know she wanted to. I want to so badly too, but I know my dad would be devastated.